My prediction was that MrBeast was not going to say anything. He was going to be complete radio silence because he never addresses like massive controversies ever. And this is like the biggest one, and it puts everything in jeopardy. And I was thinking that he's not going to say anything. He's going to say that Kris Tyson is quote unquote fired, even though that Kris owns a percentage of MrBeast company, and then just wait for things to smooth over, and then everyone forgets and they just keep on going. But that's not what happened today. MrBeast just made a statement. It is the last thing I predicted. I only predicted he would do it if he got enough heat. And I think that he's getting enough heat. Bigger news outlets are starting to pick up the story of Kris messaging minors inappropriately. Absolutely disgusting. I just released a video about this. If you want to like a concise, super quick breakdown on all like the most important facts, I made that video. I'll link it at the end of this video, or you can just find it on my channel, but I'll put it on the end screen, okay? Now, let's get to the MrBeast statement, which I did not expect, but I also have some massive questions that I don't think anybody's asking, and that is, what about Kris Tyson owning a percentage of the company? Let's look at this statement. Check this out. So, in the statement that just came out, it's 8:28. I was taking a shit when this came out, and it popped up on my phone because I'm subscribed to MrBeast, and I was like, so I had to push to get this video out. Here's what he said. Over the last few days, I've become aware of these serious allegations of Ava Tyson's behavior online, and I am disgusted and opposed to such unacceptable acts. MrBeast does not talk this way. This is 100% pushed through, so, press people, okay? Like, he has like a team that helped him write this. Lawyers helped him write this. He had to take action. This has been crazy, probably the most stressful thing he's ever dealt with in his life. During that time, I have been focused on hiring an independent third party to conduct a thorough investigation to ensure I have all the facts. That said, I've seen enough online and taken immediate action to remove Ava from the company, my channel, and any association with MrBeast. I do not condone or support any of the inappropriate actions. I will allow the independent investigators the necessary time to conduct a comprehensive investigation and will take any further actions based on their findings. A lot to unpack here. The first question I have, he says he is taking action. He has removed Ava from the company. What does that mean? Is Ava fired? Here's the scoop, okay? Here's the thing. No one was talking about this yesterday either, but insider information says that Kris was supposed to get a much larger share of the MrBeast company because Kris is MrBeast's best friend. There's a lot to talk about with that. We'll go there. They're best friends, and he's been there since the very beginning, and so he has a percentage of the company. And as a big operations person, okay, I apologize, Kris, she has a big ownership of the company already, but is supposed to get a bigger one. Here's the thing. When Kris transitioned, Kris divorced her wife, okay? And they also have a kid. And there's a whole discussion there to be had. But here's the thing. With divorces, there's who gets what? They're holding off on giving Kris her extra larger portion share of the MrBeast company until the divorce was finalized, which it has not been finalized yet. That's what's really blowing my mind about this. So Kris already owns a percentage, was supposed to get a bigger one because Kris is MrBeast's best friend. They've been best friends since they were 9 years old, and they're in their 20s now. All right, one's married, has kids. Already going through a divorce. That's how long they've been friends. So that is also really interesting to me because since they're best friends and this language that's being used here, I feel like this is against MrBeast's will. If he can have it the way he wanted it to be, it would be, well, A, that Kris never did any of this stuff in the first place, but B, maybe nobody found out about it and they could just keep doing their thing because, I don't know, they're friends. And when you're friends with people, you overlook things. Also, a lot of this started to spill onto MrBeast. Did MrBeast know about this stuff? Is this an action that MrBeast is taking to distance himself from the drama so he could protect his company? Because YouTube is the number one most important thing to him in the entire world. I believe even more than his friends and his family. Nothing. I honestly don't have anything against that. All right. He's a grown ass man. He can make his own choices. He has a mission, and that is to become the biggest YouTuber in the world, which he's done. And I think he wants to maintain. All right. I believe that he's one of those psychos, and I think it's cool. All right. You can think of me what you will. I think it's cool to have a laser focus on growing your business. All right. I think that he puts everything below YouTube. And this act right here, he has to push away his best friend because the controversy was too strong, and it now started to spill over to MrBeast and is threatening things. One of the things that it is threatening is that MrBeast has a $100 million deal with Amazon Prime Video to create the largest game show in history. I was invited to go there. I ended up not going, and my wife ended up going instead, and that's a whole other disaster that we could talk about. That is, a lot of people ended up in the hospital. Let's just say that. Anyways, this is a big deal. This is something MrBeast has been wanting to do. This is the biggest thing he's ever done. It'll be the biggest video because it's got $100 million freaking budget, okay? And people are competing for $5,000 or $5 million. 2,000 contestants competing for $5 million. Biggest game show in history. That's his big project right now. It is now being threatened by this whole controversy. Amazon Prime Video could very easily say, we're out. We don't want anything to do with all that right there. Which would be horrible for YouTubers because we will never see a big $100 million deal go to a YouTuber ever again because they're just going to find out that YouTubers are always DMing young kids and saying gross shit. But I digress. I don't even know how to use that word. Why am I saying that? What does that even mean? I have to Google it. What does digress mean? I'm looking it up. What does digress mean? Leave the main subject temporarily in speech or writing. I guess I used it right. Hey, I'm not that stupid. Anyways, there's a lot of questions. Is Kris still going to get that bigger portion of ownership of MrBeast? Is this bullshit? Or did MrBeast buy out Kris and be like, you know what? I'm buying out your shares. You're out. I'm guessing at this point, if it's going to be legitimate and not bullshit, then he would have to buy out Kris's shares and we'll never see Kris again. I don't know. This is breaking right now. Literally came out 20 minutes ago, less than 20 minutes ago. And I'm already recording a video. I have so many thoughts. I don't know what's going to happen. We have to wait and see. But I wanted to get these questions out that I don't think a lot of people are asking or realizing. The big one is the ownership. Who owns what percentages of the company? Guarantee you Kris does not have any type of ownership that gives him a big vote on anything. MrBeast is probably 51%. If I had to guess, that gives him full control over his company. That's the way I would do it. So that means that he can call the shots and he could buy out someone else on their shares. This is wild. This is crazy. I gotta go. Shit. Okay. See you guys.